Hello guys! We're down to the last problem in our video of mathematics, okay? So remember, we're now already in 2-10. That is for angle word problems in polygons. We've already done everything from 2-1 to 2-9. If you haven't checked those out, please be sure to rewatch them, okay? Now here's number 10. First, we have the star that you see here. And it's very complex if I to solve for the angles of the polygon. But remember, do we have a clue? Yes, it's this pair of supplementary angles. Although hindi siya makikita, but yes, it's that pair. The x squared plus 4 plus x squared plus 6. So this is what we did. We played supplementary angles to solve for the answer. Here's the solution. The solution that I did was this. First, we did x squared plus 6x. That is for angle A. This one is for angle B. Okay? We did something like this at first. Equals 180. Combining like terms, we should get, remember we combined the x squared, combining it to x squared. And then 6x plus 4 equals 180. However, since it's a quadratic equation, you know quadratic equations are always ax squared plus bx plus c. That is what you call the quadratic equation. And then from there, if you want to solve for the value of x in a quadratic equation, the only solution that you can do is to set one side equivalent to 0, which is what I did here. We subtract both sides by 180 from the constant, and then 4 minus 180, of course 180 is large, so we should get 176. But what's the sign? Since we're subtracting, it's completely negative. And then we factored because we factor by the GCF. So that we can make A is equivalent to 1. That is the most popular quadratic equations that they would give you. So we factored it out. So 2 by the GCF, which is 2. 2x squared divided by 2 becomes x squared. 6x squared divided by 2 becomes 3x. And negative 176 divided by 2 is negative 88. Just like what I did here. And then for this problem, we have x squared plus 3x minus 88 equals 0. Then we can factor it out further. So we should and then we put 2 parentheses, applying the FOIL method. We did x minus 8 times x plus 11 equals 0. Remember, the numbers that you should get here is the numbers that should be adding up to positive 3, which is the middle term that you see here, and multiply to give you the constant term which you see here. Now here's the cross method. Numbers that add up, that multiply to give you negative 88, and that add up to give you positive 3. That's negative 8 and positive 11. Negative 8 times positive 11 is negative 88. Negative 8 plus positive 11 equals positive 3. So does it check? It does check. So therefore, we got our answer. If you were to double check, try applying the FOIL method in the normal way. So x times x is x squared, negative 8x, and then positive 11x. Combining like terms, you should get positive 3x. It should yield 3x, and then negative 88. So tama. And remember, the x should always be the positive 1. So x is positive 8, x is negative 11. So what's the value of x? X should be positive 8. That is the answer we're looking for. Now let's input it to our values. For x squared plus 4, that's 64 plus 4. That's 68. So 8 squared plus 4, that's 64 plus 4, which gives you 68. On the other hand, x squared plus 6x, that's 64, 6x, that's 6 times 8, which gives you 48. 64 plus 48, 4 plus 8 is 12. 6 plus 4 is 10, but add 1 to give you 112. Add them together, let's see if you get 180. And if you did get 180, you are correct. So therefore, this angle that you see here, the x squared plus 6, this is 112 degrees, and this is 68 degrees. Now we can solve for the rest of the other angles. But before that, remember we have also a angle problem, right? Another angle word problem, which you see right over here, which is the pentagon, right? But before that, we did this quadrilateral again. But first off, we know that this is a pair of vertical angles, so this is 112 degrees again. Forming that, we need to get 3x. So did you see the 3x on the top? Of course, for the sake of 3x, we know that's supposed to be 3 times 8, which gives you 24 degrees. Okay? So now we can solve for these two angles that you see here in this triangle, okay? In this quadrilateral, okay? And two of the angles are congruent. So let's solve it together, shall we? So 112 plus 24, let's do it here. For the quadrilateral, 112 24 equals 6, 136 plus 2a equals 360 degrees. Subtracting both sides by 136, you should get 4, 5, 2. 124 degrees. Divide both sides by 2. X is equivalent to 62. So therefore, the remnant angle should measure 62 degrees. But wait, let's check. Remember, let's see if we got the right answer. 62 plus 112, 4, 174. That's another 62, 6, 236. Teka, tama ba? Sorry, I stand corrected. The answer is supposed to be 224 pala when you subtract 136 from 360. So 224 divided by 2, you should get 112. Buti nga i-double check. So 112, let's add it all together. So 112 times 3, that's supposed to be 336, right? But we need to get 360. Let's add 24. Jackpot! 360 degrees. So our answer is already found. Therefore, the angles that you see here within the pentagon, this one is 112. This one's also 112. Now, we can already get the angles here, which is the pentagon. Now we have to do 540. So therefore, we know the sum of the measure of the interior angles of what you call that figure? A heptagon, a pentagon, is 540 degrees. So you have 336, subtract that from 540. 540 line the change mentally. 4 to 3. 214. This is 4. Wait, that's 204 pala. Kasi kita ba remember, 10 minus 6 equals 4. Then becomes 3, 0. So 204. Then divide both sides by 2. X is equivalent to, what's the answer? 102 degrees. Now let's see if we got the right answer. 204 plus 336. Did we get 540? We sure did. Okay, so problem solved. 102, 102. Now, we're still not yet done yet because remember, we still have an angle jigsaw puzzle that we have here. But before that, let's input every angle that we do know to help us solve this jigsaw puzzle, alright? Let's do this. So first of all, we have 102 degrees here. And if we play the game of supplementary angles, we should get, this should be 78 here and 78 there. Look, this is a triangle. We know that the sum of the interior angles of a triangle should always add up to 180 degrees. So let's see if that triangle adds up to 180 degrees. So you have 2/78 plus 24. Let's check it out. You got it! 180 degrees. So that's a check. Very good. What about for this triangle naman? We have one angle that measures 102 degrees. So therefore, the other angle, or if you want, you can play vertical angles. Then this one is supplementary mo na lang. 112, then 68. Tama? Then, if you want to solve for this angle here, 180 minus the sum of the two. So 78 plus 68. This is 1 plus 7, 8 plus 6, 146. 180 minus 146 equals 4, 7, 34. So angle U must measure 34 degrees. 24. Alright? On the left triangle, of course, since it's symmetrical, the same formula still implies 68, 78, 34. Hey, it's somewhat symmetrical, eh? I don't believe it. Next, let's try the bottom. Remember the bottom's a bit tough? We have 68. Remember this is also 68 too, right? Because of the 112. And then we must get the angle here. That's pretty easy. You know why? Double the 68 will give you 136. And 180 minus 136 is 4, 7, 44. So these two angles must measure 44 degrees, alright? 44, and then you apply supplementary angles here. You should get 68 here, and 78 degrees here. 68 degrees here, and 68 degrees there. Yun lang. And now we solve the puzzle. But, remember, this is a star. And remember, let's count the sides. Look at the entire figure. What figure is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a decagon. So what is the sum of the measure of anterior angles in a decagon? That's right. The formula is, since it's too plenty, we're going to have to do 10 minus 2, which gives you 8. And 8 times 180, 18 times 8 is 144. Add 0, you should get 1,440 degrees. Now, let's see if everything that we got adds up to 1,440. If we got that answer, we are correct already, automatically. So, we have two 34s, one here and one here. These are the points. And then these are the reflex angles, alright? So, 34 plus 34, that's 34 times 2, right? We have 124, so 24. And then, dalawang 44 degrees, so 44 times 2. Okay? Now, what about the other angles? Maybe we can try that in another video.